Hey everyone, Keith Chasson here. Everybody's been asking what kind of ingredients you have in that bread that you're making over there. So I decided I would do a quick video to show everybody how it comes together and how simple it is using the Zoharushi bread maker. So it comes with a bread pan just like this, and now I'm gonna gather all the ingredients. And my camera crew is my oldest granddaughter, Gracie Lee Grow. She's gonna follow me wherever I'm going, make sure we get everything. So we're gonna go over to the pantry right here. In the pantry is where we keep all of our wheat berries. This is hard red, noted by the red cover, and this is hard white. And we're gonna need, I know exactly I need 4 cups of flour, freshly milled flour to make this loaf. And I know exactly what it takes in wheat berries is 1 1/3 cup of each in order to make 1 loaf of the plain bread. So this is 1 cup of hard white, and this is 1 cup of the hard red, and then this is 1/3 cup. See, it's not gonna be exact, and this is 1/3 cup of the hard red. So we get that together first. Now part of the ingredients is also organic honey and olive oil. We purchase our olive oil from the bread bakers in this 5-liter container, and we get the honey, local honey, from Jason Beeson's honey, from his honeybees. Okay. All right, so that's part of the ingredients. We'll get that together, and then we're gonna get the Wonder Mill, because you got to mill the flour, right? Grace is chasing me around. All right, so this is the Wonder Mill. Again, we bought this from the bread bakers in Woodstock, Georgia. If you're gonna order it online, it's gonna probably take about 4 to 5 weeks to come in. If you're like us, we couldn't wait, so we got in the car and we drove 8 hours and went and picked it up ourselves. So this particular recipe calls, first thing, for 2 teaspoons of salt, and we use Redmond's real salt. You could use any type of sea salt, Baja Gold, Redmond's real salt, so 2 of my favorites. It also calls for 1.5 cups of warm water. So I'm gonna heat that up. What I like to do with the wheat berries, because I put them in, half red, half white, I like to mix them up. That way when the Wonder Mill mills it, it's kind of all mixed up together. All right, so while we got the water heating up, let's go ahead and get the wheat berries going, making the flour. It's gonna get a little loud, so we turn it on first. If you notice inside, it says turn on before filling. We're just gonna pour it in. I like to cover it because every now and then a wheat berry tries to jump out, and you're gonna notice when it's done milling, the pitch is going to increase. That tells me all the wheat berries are done. We give it 5 seconds to clean it out, and then we shut it off. While we're waiting for that, we can start.
Yes.
So we actually got an addition to our camera crew. My second oldest granddaughter, Bree Nicole, she's here. So she's hanging out in the back.
With me.
With Gracie, yeah. She said I had to make a mention, and I'm glad I did, because I want everybody to be a part of the video.
So much fun.
And so what I'm doing is I'm just getting all the residual flour. Look, y'all saw those wheat berries when I was mixing them up? This is what it turns into. Some amazing flour. And it smells really nutty. That's the hard red that does that. So we clean this lid really, really good to get any excess flour off of it. So we also need this is called sunflower lecithin and dry activated yeast. So we need to do that next. Well, not the yeast, but the sunflower lecithin. So we need 2 tablespoons of lecithin. So far we put 2 teaspoons of salt. We put 1.5 cups of warm water, 1/3 cup of honey, and 1/3 cup of olive oil. Now that's 1 tablespoon of sunflower lecithin, and that's 2 tablespoons. Now, just got to add the flour, freshly milled flour. That's the difference. You don't want to buy that store-bought stuff. That stuff is dead. Once the flour is milled, if they didn't remove what's called the germ out of the product, it would spoil within 4 days. So commercially, they remove the germ and then they add nutrients. They call it fortifying it. And literally, once it's delivered to your grocery store on the shelf, it's dead bread. That's why people have gluten problems, gluten intolerance, why people have issues with bread in general, is because of that. When you start eating freshly milled bread made from freshly milled flour, it's a whole different world. It's a game changer.
So if you're gluten free, you can have this.
But once we get all the flour in the bread maker, all right, all the flour's in. The last step is to add the yeast. So what you want to do is you want to make like a little valley inside there, a little pocket. Now the recipe from Sue Becker calls for a full tablespoon of yeast. I noticed that when the first loaf I did, when I put a full tablespoon, the loaf rose so high that it collapsed on itself. So this is a 1/2 tablespoon. I put a 1/2 tablespoon and then just a little bit. Okay. And so the final step is to just put it in the bread maker and start it. So let's walk over to the Zoharushi, snap this in. So we'll snap it in, close it. We're going to cancel the previous, select the course, and then we're going to cycle through, make sure everything, all the settings are right. You want it to rise for 45 minutes. It's going to rest, and then it's going to bake for 45 minutes, and then it's going to be done. So the Zoharushi does it all. You just put everything in the bread pan, it mixes it, it lets it rest, it kneads it, it lets it rest, and then it bakes it. And at 423, which is about 1 hour and 8 minutes from now, 2 hours and 8 minutes from now, it'll be done. Thanks for watching.